Commencing transmission. Engaging scramblers. Proxy chain initialized. And now, live from his hidden base at the Earth's core, the future ruler of Earth, Doomcock.
Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, broadcasting from my hidden base at the center of the Earth, and I am here today to discuss the worst Disney project ever conceived, Snow Tan and the 7 They-Thems. Without a shadow of a whisper of a nightmare of a doubt, this live-action perversion of the greatest animated movie of all time, Snow White and the 7 Dwarves, is going to redefine the concept of suck. We thought we knew what suck was back when we saw Highlander 2, when some poor souls accidentally wandered into Captain Marvel, into the Eternals, into the Little Mermaid remake, on and on and on. We keep thinking we're hitting the bottom of the barrel, and we keep getting proven wrong. And this latest, most virulent live-action remake of Snow Whatever and the 7 Diversity Hires is absolutely going to blow the bottom out of Disney's deepest barrel and take a huge dump on the splinters as the backsplash leaking out of the shattered barrel splashes all the investors, stockholders, and any normie dumb enough to wander into the atrocity by accident. Disney is lost, people. It is a company that is now almost completely out of touch with reality. With the release of this disgusting and ludicrous parody of Snow White, it's clear that Disney hands down wins any limbo contest. When the singer asks, "How low can you go?" Mickey always replies, "Pretty damn low. Now pass me the pipe. I want to get wet, I have never seen a train wreck coming from so far away in the distance, but man, Snow Woke and the 7 Rees is going to be the worstest Disney disaster ever. And Bob Iger knows it, my friends. Bob Iger is no dummy, people. He is keenly aware that what's coming is pure poison for Disney at a time when it's already failed so badly. Mickey Mouse is nailed to his perch, pining for the fjords. Knock, knock. Who's there? Not profits for Disney, I can tell you that much. Frankly, I can't wait to see this final degradation, this ultimate humiliation for Disney, this complete repudiation of wokeness and all of its works. And again, Iger knows it. Yesterday, I received 2 separate reports from my Hollywood spies and my longtime source codenamed The Skeptical One that convinces me Bob Iger is on the same page with most of the rest of the world when it comes to this atrocity. Yesterday, apparently Bob Iger moved against Snow Tan and the 7 They-Thems, and I bring you details of what Iger attempted to do to stop this train wreck before it bursts into flames. Flames led by Disney stock certificates ignited by angry investors with torches and pitchforks.
So Iger knows the price of peas in Peoria, eh? As Bob Dylan said, you don't need a weatherman to know which way the wind blows. But Bob Iger started out as a weatherman at a local TV station. So at this point, he clearly knows what storm is coming. And you're saying he's doing his best to stop the deluge before it hits theaters?
That is what I'm telling you, Harvey Cthulhu, or at least that is what my spies are telling me. When I get 2 separate reports from sources, each telling a slightly different version of the same story, I know that I'm onto something. At this point, I must state that what I'm about to share with you is information provided to me by my Hollywood spies and other sources, but since I cannot personally verify this information, I'm presenting it as unverified rumor, and I ask you to please take it with a grain of salt.
But why do you think Bob Iger would shy away from wheat, tan, and the 7 tax deductions, Doomcock? Iger is a high priest of woke, isn't he? A true believer, yes? So why would he shy away from the ultimate avatar of wokeness, the perfection of perversion formerly known as Snow White? Evacuate in his moment of triumph? I think you overestimate the chances.
Why would Iger back away from the epitome of cultural vandalism? A movie so utterly absurd that even the Babylon Bee can't parody it because it's already a joke far beyond what they can come up with. Because there's one thing that Bob Iger cares about more than wokeness, and that one thing is Bob Iger. Bob Iger cares about his legacy. He desperately doesn't want to be remembered as the CEO that allowed Disney to literally crash and burn on his watch. But that's exactly what's happening here, folks. Case in point, look at what happened to the Disney stock yesterday. $85.49. This is within easy striking distance of their 52-week low price, my friends. This is tragic for investors, stockholders, and all of those who still wish upon a star. Look at this. This is atrocious and increasingly common as the stock these days tends to caper and gamble between $85 and $87 a share like a fawn with a turd stuck halfway out of its butt that it can't shake loose.
And that turd is no tan in the seven wokes. Damn it, jinx! I guess great minds think alike. But proceed, Doomcock. Tell us what your sources have shared with you about Bob Iger trying to keep the Poseidon from being an adventure.
Very well, Skull of Calderon. Let's start with what the skeptical one told me about a meeting between Iger and the board yesterday. My source said, quote, "Hello, Doomcock. I have some news for you today. In the pre-investor call meeting, while discussing streaming, Iger suggested that Snow Brown and the Seven Whatsits be completely canceled. Yes, completely canceled. It seems that a small minority of board members agreed with Bob, but the majority rejected the proposal. Bob then proposed that it be presented only on Disney Plus as a reimagined, updated fairy tale for Generation Z. This, too, was shot down, however, by a slightly slimmer margin. The backlash over WSATSD, pronounced SWATSD, is larger than anyone at the higher levels expected, especially with part of the board being made up of BlackRock wokies. To the smaller minority of business-savvy board members, it was shocking, unquote.
The Disney board. They're the Disney investors' worst enemy. They are diligently and obsessively working against the interests of Disney stockholders, doing everything wrong they possibly can. The Disney board is like Robert Stack in Airplane. When the plane is going to do a crash landing at night on a runway, and one of the air traffic controllers asks Robert Stack, "Shouldn't we turn the runway lights on?" And Robert Stack says, No, that's just what they're expecting us to do. Well, that's the Disney board in a nutshell, dude. Hey, shouldn't we shut down this terrible movie that's going to bomb and further harm Disney investors when the company is already teetering on the brink of ruin? And the board goes, No, that's just what investors are expecting us to do.
Oh, not anymore, they don't. No, anyone still invested in Disney is the kind to pay a dominatrix to beat them with a cat of nine tails. I suppose Disney investors at this point are masochists who are, I don't know, taking the abuse and losses to atone for sins or shit like that. At this point, Disney investors are like the GIMP. So this was one report from a source, but what do my exalted Hollywood spies have to say on the subject? They too agree. Bob Iger is wisely trying to stop Mickey from putting his three-fingered hand on the red-hot stove again. My Hollywood spies told me, quote, "We have sources telling us that Bob Iger may be finally ready to walk back on woke. Word has it that Snow Tan and the Seven Backstreet Bandits may get a complete overhaul. We've been told that not enough of this movie was made in order to make it safe. Now what does that mean? As we understand it, projects that are 50% or more complete have a better chance of making it through the strike. Snow Tan was 20 to 35% into production. This detail, if true, may give Bob the opportunity to scrap it and redo it. We don't know if this is true. It could be just words, a sad attempt to get people back, but we keep hearing that Bob is up against a wall at this point, unquote. So there you go, my friends. My Hollywood spies have chimed in, and they are the best in the business. When two different sources tell me a version of the same story, I believe they're in the ballpark. And it seems that Bob Iger finally realizes that Snow Woke and the 7 They Thems is going to be a disaster unparalleled in the history of Disney. And if he fails to move the woke board to fiscal sanity, next year we'll get to toast marshmallows on Disney's funeral pyre built atop Snow White's abandoned and defaced glass coffin. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry.
Ha 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 ha.